internal security. So there is no way that a nation can develop in an atmosphere where there is no good security. So I think, but so far so good with what is happening now.
Yes.
At least we are getting our country back. This relative peace and the efforts of the armed forces, especially the Nigerian army, in getting and the police, in getting everywhere secured, I think is a welcome development. You know.
Yeah, talking about development, actually, you know, security is not only for people to be able to sleep with their two eyes closed,
yes.
but actually to have an enabling environment for development.
Yes.
Investment, promotion of investment, you know, empowerment of the youth, the women, and people generally in the society. How do you see the importance of this, the significance of having, as he said, we have now got our country back?
Yes, sir.
How do you see the significance of that to the workings of the economy?
Yes, thank you. As the General rightly says, internal security is a priority, is a major priority of any well-living or meaning society. Why? Because, as he rightly said, that without a benevolent environment, you cannot attract FDIs, that is the foreign direct investment into the country. And that is why we are working side by side, tirelessly with the police, to make sure that as lawmakers, we assist them in any way we can to ease their operational and day-to-day activities of the Nigerian police. And we also intend to republish or renovate all the police stations that was destroyed by the insurgents and other parts of the country. So far so good, where the police have recorded a lot of achievements, more than what has been done before in the past administration.
Okay, talking about a government and its people, it's just like the principle of social contract, the symbiotic relations between the state and the citizens. In terms of security, from your experience, you were in charge of transformation, at one time Assistant Director, transformation at the Defense Headquarters. Transformation is a civil-military relationship. It has any relationship with economic diversification stride of the government? How do the people work with the government and the agencies, especially security agencies, towards having a really open society that people will come and invest in?
Prior to this coming of establishment of transformation, you know, over time the Nigerians, a lot of us don't realize that the military is for them.
Yeah.
You know, because of the military regime and the perception of people towards the armed forces. But by the time this transformation came in and we started going out to meet Nigerians, to relate with them, that we are your soldiers, your armed forces. I mean, you see during some of these activities, either Army Day, Air Force Day, you will see them going to do one thing or the other for the people. They are just trying to let the people have the confidence in their armed forces.
Yes.
And but that, this idea of the army, the way the people used to look at the army in those days, you know, made people, and our public relations, everything was civil-military relations. You can now move in and have confidence. The most important thing is for the citizens to have confidence in their armed forces. And so, you see, in some, I think it was on that platform, the corps of engineers, they were being given jobs to do roads, like in Ede, in Osun State. I think there was a time NNPC called on the army to clear their pipelines and
we see the military in the IDP camps, teachers, doctors, and
all those kind of things. So it is out of this understanding of your armed forces, understanding and having the confidence of the people in your armed forces. So those are the kind of things this transformation there and up to now is all about, getting to understand the military and the civil relationship so that we can have our own parts as to assist in any form and people knowing what the armed forces can do for them.
Yes. Well, security is all encompassing, so to speak. And when you talk about fighting corruption, we find the government agencies concerned with the fight against corruption, either directly or indirectly. We see the new development, the whistleblowing regime, so to speak, and without security you couldn't have had such kind of development. How do you see security now enhancing the fight against corruption, not only for economic diversification, drive towards revamping the alien economy? Issue of corruption fight and the security.
Yeah, the whistleblower policy is a good thing. The police, the SSS, DSSS, and then the EFCC are working tirelessly to see that this country has regained its post glory. Yes. So I will commend all the security forces, that's the service chiefs. The President Muhammadu Buhari did excellently well by appointing result-oriented service chiefs. Yes, and also by integrating the IDPs now back to their communities, which the police is also doing its best to re-establish the law and order in those communities, and to also return back the law enforcement officers to those.
Yes, I think, and in continuation of that, especially the deployment of the military and the police, strategic areas in the country. Democracy, just like politics, is a platform for a reconciliation of interest. This is our last question. How do you see democracy now? You know, opening up various means of attacking the bad things of the land, in order to settle down as a nation. When I mean the bad insurgency, corruption, nepotism, and all these kind of things. Democracy now engaging the military, the police, towards having a joint effort, so to speak. Just as you say in the past, the politicians look at the military and the police, they are just in the barrack, they are necessary evils. But how do you see the coming together of the two now?
What I'm going to say is corruption a spirit.
No.
It's my own opinion that we need something like orientation. We need to have a serious national orientation, but because some of these things cannot work if people don't really understand why we must fight corruption. It's because I wonder if somebody is arrested, that I will go and sew family clothes and follow the person to court. The people must be enlightened to know that, look, this is the implication of all these things.
You're encouraging that.
So there must be an effort by the federal government to talk and give serious orientation to our people. You know, we are a gullible society. We know we have a lot of illiterates. So those are areas for the government to achieve. There must be synergy of effort in doing most of these things. So it is not that, okay, we are pursuing a policy. The people, the grassroots, everybody must know why.
Okay. Perhaps this is what the all agencies of government, the MDAs, Ministry of Information, for instance, social orientation, the NOA, and all these things that has been doing, even in culture. What is your last take on this? You know, coming together as a nation towards having a better Nigeria.
As he rightly says, what we need now is a societal orientation. The National Orientation Agency need to step in and do its own part. or by enlightening or educating the country on the need to support the police and the military and other paramilitary agencies in combating this menace of insurgency and insecurity in the country and corruption.
Yes. Well, it's for them to continue with that. Perhaps I know the national orientation is going, even dealing with the issue of local governments and states and federal government relationship and the people and that. The media, for instance, all the jingles you find on your television and whatever. When you legislate well.
Sure.
And when you are soldiering, you soldier well. I think that is what is happening today. Thank you very much, Representative Hali Rujika Dauda, for coming and sharing your wealth of experience and contribution to this program. Thank you very much. Well, General, once a general, always one. General Muyiwa Okuno, thank you very much for coming. I think you will give me some details for your recipe, what you take. You don't look general, you look like a young officer.
Exactly. We give thanks to God. Thank you very much for inviting me.
Thank you very much.
God bless.
There has been a moment for thought on issue and security, the way forward, and the Buhari administration. Thank you for watching. Well, what we need as a nation, all hands to be on deck on matters on security and revamping the economy towards a greater Nigeria. Thank you for watching. Goodbye. Thank you.